a lot of channels would just skim over some, the materials or the content that they were making, but not explaining the car. But for me, it was just going everything in detail. My name is Mitesh, and I am an automotive engineer, a car reviewer, and in general an automotive enthusiast. So I am from Mumbai originally. I am born and brought up in Mumbai, and then I moved to Dubai in 2017, the December of 2017. So to start off with, I started as a kid, playing with Lego sets with my brother. So we would make up like cars and those race cars, and then we would just put electrical motors that you would find from other circuits and all. We would make like actual Lego cars. So then from there on, my interest started peaking. Once I crossed my 12th standard, and then I was really serious about where to go from now on. So I was very clear that I wanted to go into automotive to do something. Like cars was everything. I did my mechanical, a bachelor's in mechanical, again from Mumbai. So that was like a 4-year journey. In that, I made like a couple of Baja cars, which were off-roading cars, as a part of the college racing team, and I was a driver of the same, and I was also in the production team. So I had the hands-on experience of experiencing these cars and also understanding how everything functioned. So from the gearbox to, we actually made the braking system for our cars. I was a part of it, and then we also made the gear lever mechanism. So everything from there on was like, yes, that was a dream which was coming true. So in the last year of my engineering, we participated in a Formula car. So that we came on a national competition level, we stood third. So that was like a big achievement for a team that had just started. But it was out of pure passion, and we wanted to do. And in fact, the cars that we were driving weren't even like obviously how the student cars are. Like they are going to be dodgy, but you're going to risk yourself, but it was all worth it, because that satisfaction of making your own car and driving it, that was something which was just so amazing. And I can't actually put that into feelings of actually seeing a creation that a team of 20 people all from the same background, seeing it in person. In fact, the car that we came third in had a broken knuckle, and it was just hanging on one bolt. But me and my other friend, who was also the driver, we decided like, screw it, we are going to compete. Whatever happens, we'll push this car till the limits, and we'll make sure we'll get something out of it. We didn't want disappointment. So from there on, again, the next question was, where do I move on now? Because I wanted to go more into the niche automotive segment. So then I did my master's in automotive engineering from UK, in London specifically. So that was a 1.5 year project, the course. And then after that, I was offered a Mclaren F1 job as a mechanic. So, but then again, I had to go back to my country, because obviously there was my family needed me back home, so I went back. So there again, what I did was I started a workshop first. So I would modify cars, I would make some creations, whatever we wanted, with fiberglass, this and that. So again, that was still not exciting enough for me, because somewhere I felt like I wanted to have like a proper car scene landed into a country where I will be able to see more cars, which I always wanted to. So then I decided to make a move to Dubai, so which was in 2017 of December. So from there on, I started obviously hunting for a job, but then the markets were not really in my favor, because I was actually, to be honest, overqualified for the job that I was looking for. So, but I still managed to get into a service advisor role. So I worked there for a good few months, and then on the side, what I started doing was in 2018 of February, I started a channel called as Mr. MZEE Cars. So I am the founder and the video presenter and editor and everything on Mr. MZEE Cars. So from that point, I started just doing random videos about car spotting, going to JBR, going to famous places, just showing cars, and then from there on, I started getting invites for the events. So like the Emirates Motorsports, there is other car clubs through which I would just participate with them, make videos, try to show people the cars in details. And then from there on, Toyota gave me an opportunity to start reviewing cars in 2019, which was in August. So that was the first event I attended. That was a Corolla hybrid launch event. So from there on, I began my journey as a car reviewer. Now after like 40 cars, here I am. The whole point of starting the channel from there on was to give viewers an honest reviews about cars. So to make sure that, if they were to go to a place where they wanted to know more about cars, so there were a lot of channels which would just skim over some, the materials or the content that they were making, but not explaining the car. But for me, it was just going everything in detail. I did not mind making longer videos. A lot of people told me like longer videos, won't work on YouTube, but I'm like, I don't care. I want to make it. My viewers want to see it. They were commenting. They were like, get me this car, get me that car. And people were actually watching 20+ minutes videos on my channel. So I would get like thousands of hours. Right now I have like hundreds of hours, being watched on my channel. So from that point, I made sure I would stick to this formula of, getting this. And then also I bought a BMW 3 Series, which I am a hardcore fan of a BMW from now on. I will just be very clear about that. So I started making a daily driver series on my car, showing my viewers as to how it is to live with a 3 Series car. The mileage, the economy, the 1 year, 10 good bad points about my car, every single detail about. There was a few errors also which I would show them on, how to get clear with it or get rid with it. So I would document everything, and that also worked really well, where people were actually asking me. In fact, a lot of people bought cars from those review videos, and also just not just the BMW, but also the review videos that I was doing. A lot of people would buy Nissan Maxima, and they would come to me, show me the photos of the cars, and message me that, thank you, with your reviews I bought this car. So it's the feedback that really matters more than any other thing. So you actually have to go to a PR company that handles these brands. So the PR companies, you get in touch with people, they would arrange you send them the credentials of your channel, they would ask you details about all your social media. So then once they find you to be the fit match for them, they would start giving you cars, they would arrange cars for you. You go to the showroom, pick the cars up, then you start driving them. So every car brand has their own PR company that you have to approach. So the 9 Degree Car Club events, I was just knowing that there were some events which were happening, and then I would just go onto the track, just stand there for hours filming cars, getting to know people, would approach people, because they were super helpful also. Like the guys who were actually going on track, they were pretty helpful. You get a lot of opportunities, but all you have to do is, in order to start, you have to go to some events, make sure you are present at those events, cover them, like what if you should be showing your perspective instead of what your viewers want to see. So there will be people who would like your perspective also, and that's what has happened. So when people started liking the videos that I was making, I started focusing just on them and not trying to experiment more. Obviously there was experiment going on at the back that they wouldn't notice, but I was experimenting, and I kept improving my content quality. And so I get a lot of questions as to what the tools or the electronics I am using. It's very simple, and I started off with an iPhone and a Samsung Note 10. That's how simple it was, and I still sometimes just record myself on that. I still do. So it's that easy. So if there are people who just keep giving you reasons like, I don't have the expensive equipment, no, it's not. You can just start with any simple phone that you have, just start recording with it and post it, and then you will start seeing the results eventually.